This video, I wanted to delve into one of the amps in the Fractal-verse, which is maybe not one that you necessarily have tried, or that necessarily you've, or me even, had known much about. These videos are brought to you by G66 UK, which if you're in the UK, is the place to get a Fractal unit from. They've got FM9s, FM3s, FX3s, and basically you order from them and there's no import charges, and they have a UK service centre. So that's all good news for UK people, G66 UK. Okay, right. So the amp in question is the Princeton AA964. Now, there'll be no prizes for guessing that this is based on a Princeton circuit. Now, the Fender Princeton circuit, as many of Fender circuits, kind of has gone through loads and loads of iterations. I think this specific circuit was used between 1963 and 1966, and then the AA964 also continued through the Silverface era for a few years. This is not the same as a Princeton reverb circuit, so it's not the same as a Princeton with the reverb removed. Basically, the Princeton reverb apparently had an extra gain stage to drive the reverb a bit harder, and for that reason this is the highest headroom Princeton that you've got in the Fractal-verse. This is a little bit more maybe like something like a Fender Twin, in terms of you get that gain up to around 6 and it's still staying clean, and that's kind of the thing that I look for from a Fender amp. So if you're looking for a bit more breakup, then the Princeton reverb would probably be a better choice. I think the 5F2 would probably be a tweed type Princeton, which again might be a better choice. But this, for me, is kind of like I'm trying to go for clean-ish, well, pretty clean tones, frankly. So I'll just show you the settings here. Basically, I've got a compressor here, the dynamic comp, mix at 83.2%, level at 1.4, compression at 5. Ahead of that, I've actually got a Zen Drive, which worked with this quite well. Normally, I'd like to use a Zen Drive. What I say normally, what I've learned as the years have gone on, is that people generally got better results when they're going into a driven amp. But I got the drive at 4, the voice at 5, and the tone at 9.84. Then the gain here, which looks a little bit high. If you had this on the normal Princeton circuit, you'd probably be getting a fair amount of breakup. But you know, it's just a wonderful, wonderful clean. I've got the bass at 5, the treble at 4.65. The cabs are going to be quite an important choice here. I've got the 1x12 Alessandro 57A, factory cab 126, and I paired that with an actual Princeton 1x10. I think this would be a slightly snappier kind of. A nice vibe for me. Now, I've also got a delay here, stereo tape delay, mix at 15% if you want that, and then also a trem if you dig that. I've then got the London plate on ultra high quality, because I think with an amp like this you want to, I don't know, get something good going on. The London plate worked nicely for me, the mix down at 14.9 but ultra high quality. And other things to consider, this actual Princeton amp wouldn't have had a spring reverb, but the Milkman Creamer is based on this circuit as well, roughly, and that would come with a spring reverb, so you could give that a try. So that's kind of the clean. Basically clean, clean, clean. Lovely, clean, responds really nicely. Doesn't have any kind of like nasty high end to it. It's beautiful. Right, then scene 2 basically what I did was, this changes to be basically the same amp but with the gain pushed a little bit. So I'll hear that first without the drive. So even at 7.86, we're still dealing with essentially clean tones. So then the Zen Drive comes on. It's just got that lovely kind of transparency, like Fender thing just creeping through. I think because the Zen Drive is somewhat tube screamery, you can hear that there's still a bit of clean blend. Okay, and then for scene 3, I decided, well, let's just do more of that. So gain at 10, the bass comes down a little bit just to stop it getting too flubby, and the treble up to 5.36. I'm going to try in a second pushing these up to 6, because that would be closer to kind of Steve Ray Vaughan type thing. And then, yeah, you then get with this. I just love that. It's got this kind of spitty thing going. Beautiful stuff. If I take the drive off, do we get... It's still basically clean, right? So very different to an actual, you know, Princeton Reverb type circuit. Something I wanted to try. Let's just bypass these again. What happens if we push these up to like 6? How much does that change? What you can hear happens is as you take these down a bit, you get a little bit more mids. Other things that we could maybe even consider doing, changing these out for, like, I don't know, 606s or... might make some sort of positive. Make the hugest difference in the world because it doesn't sound to me like you've got much power tube saturation happening here anyway. It's basically kind of a clean amp, right? So that's what I wanted to show you today, because I thought that one is one that I'm 100% going to use going forward. because it's just a beautiful tone. I'll drop this into the Gumroad folder if you guys want to try it, but you've seen basically all the settings there if you want to create it yourself. But Gumroad is the place to get all of my presets, and if you want presets going forward, just save the link for that and you can jump in and out of the folder as you like. So I'll catch you in another video soon. Thank you to G66UK, and cheers for now.